Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ritika Rathore from Studio Articulation, and in today's video we are going to create a form development, also known as sequence development diagram. We will break down the entire process step by step, understanding initial masses and how the form evolves throughout the process, and finally we are going to render everything in Adobe Illustrator and export it as a JPG. So without a further delay, let's get started. We begin with the site area, defining the plot where the kindergarten will be developed. This diagram sets the base for the entire design process. In the next step, we work on the massing by adding and subtracting volumes and voids. This helps shape the building according to the fictional needs of a kindergarten. Moving ahead, the third step focuses on architecture details. Elements like roof, window, and entry-exit points are added to improve both function and appearance. In the final stage, the design is completed with the finer details that enhance the overall usability and quality of the spaces. Lastly, the concept evolution diagram shows the full design process using a monochromatic palette of orange and yellow, highlighting the journey from concept to final form. Next, we begin the modeling process in SketchUp. As discussed earlier, this stage is also divided into 4 clear steps, following the same sequence as the conceptual diagrams. Once all 4 stages are modeled, the output is exported in 2 separate formats. First, the diagrams are exported as normal PDF, which include both fill and stroke informations. These files will be used for the base graphic presentation. For the shadows, a separate export is done in JPG format. To achieve this, all lines and shapes are turned off. Keeps only the shadow information visible. Since only the shadows are required, these ensure a clean and precise output. After adjusting these settings, the shadows views are exported as JPG files. Finally, all the exported files are imported into Adobe Illustrator, where the diagrams are further refined and composed. Next, we import all the PDF files into Adobe Illustrator. One by one, we also place the shadow JPG into the same file further. As you can see, once the PDF are imported into Illustrator, all the stroke and fills remain fully editable. At this stage, I change the grey fill to white, which gives me complete flexibility to modify the colors later on, if we need it. You can also adjust the stroke weight based on the level of details you want to highlight. To create a clear silhouette line, I select the outer edges of the form and increase their stroke weight. This helps define the overall mass and makes the diagram more readable. In the same way, you can export all the PDF and make the required adjustment consistently across each diagram. For the shadows, you can simply drag and drop them onto the artboard. After scaling them correctly, change the blending mode to multiply or reduce the opacity to achieve a softer shadow effect. Repeat this process for all 4 diagrams. There is one additional step for creating a strong silhouette line. For the second diagram, I duplicate the entire diagram and use the shape builder tool to merge all the individual shape into a single form. Once merged, I turn off the fill, increase the stroke weight, and place it back over the original diagram. And just like that, the silhouette line is created. On the artboard, you can see that the entire diagram is organized in 3 separate artboards. The first artboard contains all the line work and stroke, and the second one shows the same diagram with color applied, making it easier to understand the visual hierarchy. And the third artboard includes all the extended elements such as annotation, text, and supporting graphics. To make the process easier for you, We are using pre-made elements like human figures, trees, and annotation from articulation. I'll be attaching the link in the description from where you can purchase all these resources. As you can see here, I have added trees annotation and human figures to enhance the overall readability of the diagram. Now let's move on to adding colors. We are using a monochromatic orange palette. With the help of the eyedropper tool, I am simply picking colors and applying them to the white fill and the diagram. If you want to add shadows to any base or platform, just select the shape, go to the effect and choose drop shadow. Here you can control the XY offset and as well as the blur value to get the desired shadow effect. This is exactly what I'm doing here. Next, if you want to add patterns like the one you can see on the screen, start by copying the fill of any shape, then go to Window, search for the swatches library, select pattern and then basic graphics. You will find options like line, dots and other textures. Make sure the pattern is applied on the fill and not the stroke. Once selected, you can easily adjust it later on. You can apply these patterns simply by pasting them onto the same fill area. At this stage, you can freely add annotation, arrow and text to clearly explain the diagrams and complete the composition. Finally, I am adding the heading, Form Evolution Diagram. From the Properties panel, you can adjust the font style, weight and formatting as needed. Once everything is done, export the final output by going to Export. Export as, and since we are working with multiple artboard, you can export individual artboard in format like PNG, SVG or any other required format. And there you have it, our final diagram with varied strokes, fills, patterns, trees and human figures. If you find this helpful, don't forget to subscribe our channel. We would love to keep creating more such videos for you. And your support really helps. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to stay updated with all our future content. Thanks for watching.